What's going on, my Capricorn pals? This is your May monthly creative forecast. There's a lot happening this month in terms of energies afoot and afloat. Um, so at the end of April, we kicked off eclipse season with the new moon in Taurus on the 29th. We also hopped right into a Pluto retrograde simultaneously. The energy kind of leveled me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, that's why these are coming out this week and they did not come out last week. I wanted to give myself a couple days of some self care. And if you're wondering about this new tarot spread, I can assure you that it really is not here to stay. It's just a temporary measure I had to take because I decided that my original tarot pad that has the nice galaxies on it should have a drink of coffee this morning. So, just a little bit of a change. I'm good with it though. I'm fine. It's nice and padded, so I'm happy. But in May, so in addition to the retrogrades and all of that, and the kind of activated energy for fixed signs related to the Taurus eclipse, the solar partial solar eclipse in Taurus and the new moon in Taurus, that energy can affect fixed signs. So Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. And I have a lot of Aquarius in my chart. And it was just very loud, very, very loud for me. So I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I know I had to say, you know what? I can't push myself to do all these things. So time for some rest and to integrate some Leo into all the serious, right? So, um, in May, though, on the 16th, we have the full moon in Scorpio. We also have the Mercury retrograde kind of kicking off around the same time. So, more activation energy. I was thinking to myself the other night that there's truly something for every single sign in May. And there's a lot of Mars energy active in general, so it doesn't matter that spirit's gonna find you, and we're gonna learn things together this month, right? So that's really all that it is. But Capricorn, let's dive in. So, I would like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe and brave space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. Okay, so the Journey of Love Oracle. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see how we're doing here, Capricorn. I'm hearing things that you need that you didn't know you wanted. Things that you need that you didn't know you wanted. Okay, Capricorn, what's that about? The Swan. Oh, there was another sign that got that. I think it might be Sag. The Temple. What else we got here? Loving all that is. I almost feel like there's someone or something knowing without knowing. That's a really beautiful High Priestess card. Very abstract art, but High Priestess nonetheless. I get this energy of some kind of loving awareness or loving energy coming in that you're just like cracking open to. Like it's just like cracking you open. And in the best kind of way, Capricorn. I'm getting that there's this, so the Swan, the Temple, loving all that is, knowing without knowing. The Swan for Sagittarius had a lot to do with soulmate energy coming in. And I'm getting that this is maybe not, maybe it's love related. Maybe it's love related. I get that this is more an energy moving in you. I just heard sea urchin. I don't understand. So I'm having a second here, Capricorn, because there's energies that I'm picking up that I like. On one side, it's like soulmate, and okay, that's what it is. Okay, so throughout these readings, what I've been finding is that I'm picking up on multiple storylines. So there's like the 3D side of things, and my hands are a little chilly. Forgive me. It was really nice out, so I had the window open so I could listen to the birds, and it's left my hands a little chilly. So, with these readings, I've been picking up on the 5D threads and the 3D threads. And I think that's what's happening here is there's like a love coming in, love for something as well. So like things you need that you didn't know you wanted. And I mean, like, needs don't just occur to us, but sometimes they come on the heels of work that we're doing, and maybe there's reflecting that you're doing through these retrogrades, and you're surfing that energy, and that's how this is coming in. But I get that there's like an inner quiet. There's a place that you're going to that is helping you to quiet down, knowing without knowing. I'm going to read that card to you. So 41, knowing without knowing. Sometimes the heart knows in a way that the concrete mind and memory cannot. We feel something that we cannot quite express. Perhaps others are quick to dismiss it as a meaningless whimsy or irrationality, yet that feeling beyond the mind's capacity to fully perceive is the ancient truth of your greater self reaching through time and space to connect with you. Oof, I got goosebumps on that. Like a phone line extending from a more ancient place in the world, you can hear it crackle perhaps, not the clearest reception, yet you can also sense the love traveling along that telephone line. The things that you feel now that do not appear to make sense are the things you can trust most now. You are being guided by a force far greater than your own mind. An ancient divine brilliance is reaching to you, communicating with you. You may not hear or understand it with clarity as yet, but you can feel it. Trust what you feel. This oracle speaks to you of the opening up of your higher mind, of the part of your intelligence that can dialogue directly with the forces of divine guidance and creation. These forces use symbols, abstract communications through dreams and visions, through impulses that circumvent your conscious mind and have words streaming out of your mouth or flowing through your mind that you have not created of your own volition. Someone speaks to you and you respond with words that you feel you are hearing for the first time as they pour out of your mouth. It's a lot like what we do here and what I see readers do. Whose words are these, you wonder? It is your ancient self that speaks. Trust the strange and mysterious at this time. It is another way, an ancient way of wisdom that you are tapping into now. Enjoy this new sacred connection unfolding. This oracle is also confirmation that you have relationships around you now and continuing to come to you that are from times long past, karmic connections that will take you further on your journey of love. Damn, Capricorn. So I maybe this is about love. This is possibly about like meeting folks who were past life loves. What is that? Where does that leave you if you're in relationships now? Where does that leave you if you're in connections now? The most obvious thing is if it's a past life connection and it feels right and it feels aligned, then you will want to pursue it in this lifetime, right? Potentially, depending. But then, what happens when these things happen on the path when you're in relationships, right? So I'm getting that this soulmate energy in the swan is like a lifetime love coming in. There's also lifetime friendships. There's also like, renewed relationships with family who are here for lifetimes, this lifetime with us, right? Sometimes, if we choose to, for health and a whole bunch of different things related to, making sure our lives are healthy, we don't always have family in our lives in this lifetime, and that's okay. I just want to make sure that people know that this is a space where that too is acceptable. I see you, and this is your space too. So knowing without knowing. I get this impression of you. It's not just an impression. Oh my goodness. I think that going within, it's like this month is almost like rapturous for you. Like I'm getting this like rapturous, like this absolute bliss. I just heard like orgasmic, not in a sexual way. Maybe, but more like energetically, just that enraptured with something and just so appreciative. You're waking up every day and it's not that you're wondering, why am I here? Why is this happening? You're like, no, I don't have to know the whole story, but damn, this moment is amazing. And a series, little by those little pieces falling into place are what's helping you to move further along your path, Capricorn. Spirit, can you tell me about this swan here? Ooh, I'm getting like big chills for love on this one. But again, like lifetime love. Lifetime love. Three of Wands. Seven of Swords. Things happening behind your back. Like you're worried, like it's almost like you're nervous about having your back turned here. Like I'm getting this anxiety coming from like feeling like there's going to be something that happens behind your back. This feels like something to do with past life though. And I think that this is something that you need to feel confidence in yourself. And this is almost like something happened in that, again, that past life energy. And it's almost like you don't want to, you need to make sure, like constantly looking over your shoulder to make sure that there's something that's okay. Or like there's like, it's like you have to have, it's almost like a little bit of controlling energy. Like you need to make sure everything's going to be okay because you don't really trust it. But the Strength card is here to connect you to your eternal self. Like this is you in a very confident place, in a very obviously strong place. You could have Leo placements. This is to do with the 5th house. So you could have those placements that is activating this energy within you. But this is also kind of a bridge. This energy is like bridging energy, confidence, feeling competent, feeling like you can do anything. It connects you to your eternal self. There's like a part of you, this like connects you to 5D. This is like 5D joy, 5D confidence, right? And I think that this being connected in this way, and sometimes it's just as simple as doing things that fill your heart, like it things that please you, like that's, pleasure. I'm getting that from this like rapture card, this rapture imagery, rapturous. And I'm getting here from the Strength card that you, there's something that you're stepping into confidence about. And whatever it is that you're feeling more confident about, this could be your body, this could be your ideas, this could be, work confidence, this could be anything. Feeling confident about mistakes that you've made, or that feeling confident in your healing process, knowing that you're not going to encounter the same types of people on your path because you're just moving beyond that. That can be confidence inducing, right? There's something about this state that is connecting you to a higher vision and higher knowing for yourself in your life, Capricorn. So there's something here about that for sure. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, this. And I think that it's connecting you to the bigger view. It's something bigger than you. It's connecting you. So the 10 of Pentacles is like a legacy card, like leaving a legacy behind, but it is also a card of long-term investment and connecting in something bigger than yourself. And I think that's what's happening here is this bridge, this 5D bridge, that joy, that bliss. It's allowing you to see the bigger picture and to connect with something bigger. This to me is like the 3D version of connecting to something bigger than yourself, right? And then the Temple is like the 5D version of something bigger than yourself, going within, connecting to that sacred place in you, that sacred quiet, right? Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for me on the Temple here? Thank you so much, Spirit, for clarifying these messages. Capricorn, creative energy for May. Two of Wands. I think this is you in a bit of contemplation here. It's a possible move. Progress. This is like you're making plans for something here. Oh, the Lovers fell out. So there are choices ahead. You may feel like you have to choose between love and something else. I don't know where that's coming from, but you don't need to. Like, you really don't need to. They're both absolutely here. You just have to let yourself see it, right? There's 2 wands, like the choice, right? 2 wands, 2 lovers, like it, 2 lovers. Whoa. Hey, polyamorous friends, maybe this is your jam, but this is like 2 wands here, and there's 2 people in this card. 2 wands, 2 people. And it's almost like there's something here about like having to choose between passion and something else, or, career and a person. You may have to choose between 2 people, Capricorn. That could be possible too. I just don't like that player energy. And like I said, I've said it in other readings. It's such a low vibe, and it's like I want that shit away from my readings. If it's in it, I'll read it somewhat, but it's just no. But it could just be a choice between two people because you're single. Like, I don't know, you're single and there's choices. That could be as simple as it is. We also have the Six of Wands. So there's some degree of success here. There's like 3D success. And I think that this is also, so 3D success, pause that. So we're going to semicolon. And the Six of Wands is here, I think, as a way to say that there's going to be things that you will be able to see. So this is like not just public recognition, but this is also, the Six of Wands is, to me, about everybody being seen in the square celebrating something, right? So I feel like this is like all of these things that seem evasive to you that you're going within to discover are going to make themselves manifest outside of you in the 3D in ways that you will be able to celebrate alongside, celebrate with, celebrate for. There's some kind of victory here that is also a more intricately tied energy to this going within, to this temple within you. Yeah, Knight of Swords. It's sort of like moving ahead very quickly once you get this understanding. Like, I feel like each of these wands, so each of these Six of Wands, you're holding one of them. So there's the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is the conflict energy, but it's also a card of like skill refinement and training, that kind of thing. So it can also be, it's almost like there's going to be 5 different ways that you see these pieces of information and inspiration come to you. And that's how you're going to know. It could be 5 synchronicities that are going to come to you that help you understand that you're in the right place, on the right path. And I think that's going to not only help you to move forward on ideas and projects, but I think this is also those 5 synchronicities or 5 experiences, 5 things I'm getting, 5s. This is like spirit being heard. And then, but you also being able to understand, I'm hearing understand the consequences of, but not necessarily consequentially. Like there's no do this or else. It's not like consequential in that way. I'm just getting, you're able to see what will happen, the cause and effect, right? The Knight of Swords is like an assertive, ambitious energy. It's very fast talking, fast moving, fast. Do it yesterday, like that kind of energy. But this is understanding the consequences of, these are maybe different paths that you can take, different routes to the same objective of the Ace of Wands, or the Ace of Wands, the wand that you have in your hand, which is one wand, sorry, so an ace, right? So the 5 different ways that you can take to your source of inspiration, or to your inspiration in particular on the path. And I think that this Knight of Swords here is, on the one hand, you're seeing things very clearly. On the other hand, it's a call not to be overzealous. Not to be overzealous. It's a call to shift out of that energy. Loving all that is. Spirit, what messages do you have for Capricorn here? High Priestess, loving all that is. Yeah, this is, I'm feeling like a lot of third eye and beyond chakras being either active or a way that Spirit's communicating with you this month, Capricorn. I'm getting it for a few signs, so I almost feel like there's a way, there was one channel, Soulful Revolution, talked about it as like the Great Awakening was, I think, Neptune conjunct Pisces and Jupiter or something like that. Neptune conjunct Jupiter in Pisces. Something along those lines. But I feel like this, it's almost like for those who were already on the path and like awake in a way, I feel like this is sort of pulling you into higher chakras. I'm a bit confused. Sorry for the Scooby-Doo squeak. But it's like this, it's like it's not just your intuition anymore. It's like there's a higher knowing that's opening up. like your energies are being lifted into higher chakras, which isn't like, it's not like we're ascending. I mean, in a way, yes, but I think this is more just that you're able to connect to energy differently and to see things from a much bigger picture. And it's not just that you're seeing from a big picture in your life, Capricorn. It's that you're able to see things in the big picture of like soul unfolding. Soul unfolding. Okay. I mean, hey, why not? Yeah, you're able to see the bigger picture of soul unfolding happening. Yeah. Seeing the bigger picture. Seven of Cups tends to be like an indecision card. Like there's a lot of options, but this to me is like pulling back and being able to see all of these different things. These could be different timelines, different lifetimes, different energies, different auric fields, different energies or threads weaving together, connecting you to different people in this life. This is, I think, ways of seeing that go beyond what you used to before. And in a way, it is opening up options for you because then you're able to see with greater clarity different paths that you can take and whether, like, what degree and measure of joy they will bring you, what degree and measure of satisfaction they will bring you. Will it connect you or disconnect you from spirit? Like, you know, or will it facilitate a connection or disconnection? Because ultimately only we can do that. But will it facilitate it or not? King of Cups. I think this is a call to use a little bit of more nurturing energy and care rather than force on yourself. And these, like, sometimes energy finds you, right? Sometimes let spirit find you. Don't feel like you have to go fixing everything or doing all the things. Six of Cups, definitely past life and lifetimes here. This is like a lifetime thing. Definitely got that off of the knowing without knowing card in terms of ancient energy and things like that. The Six of Cups, though, I'm getting almost like this. I'm hearing being able to see who people were to you. Being able to see who people were to you. King of Cups and Six of Cups, which is helping you, I think, Capricorn, to be able to make better decisions about what we do in regards to interests or, passion and inspiration that we feel in regards to other people. So interpersonally speaking, right, on the bigger scale. So that's giving you that kind of freedom and ability to see what's actually going on. Spirit, can you please clarify this knowing without knowing card? Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Five of Wands, Four of Wands. Lots of wands, lots of wands. But this is also now Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. So this is a deeply spiritual process that's happening here. And it's almost like this transformation from like, it's like you're so in the work that you can't really hear because you're so preoccupied, right? When I worked in retail at Christmas time, it would be like I would forget that time existed because it would just be customer after customer after customer after customer. And it would be like, go, 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 go. Like you couldn't stop. And I mean, you'd get breaks and everything. Like, I mean, the law says that, but it was also just this like burn. Like it was just this burn. And, I remember there were so many times where I would get home and I would just sit and need to stare at nothing. I would just need to sit and stare at a wall to really let the energy of that need to rush go. And it's not that this is rushing energy, but I'm getting that it's that pace of like things coming at you a lot, like very quickly, where you're not really giving yourself time to breathe. And that time to breathe, these are like the small moments that you really give yourself a break here, right? It's like you're finding inspiration, but there's a lot of noise. And this, in terms of the Five of Wands here, there's a lot of noise coming from the work itself. Like I'm hearing machine grinding, like that white noise of machinery in the background, very loud machinery in the background. And this Five of Wands and Page of Wands to me speaks to, this speaks to a lot of, I'm hearing competition, but it's not like things competing for your attention. And the most unassuming one, right? Like we were talking about that with this here, this Six of Wands, right? There's five things. And then it's, lo and behold, the page of wands is like you looking at all of these different synchronicities. Now we're looking back on them, right? We're looking back on these different things that at one time you probably just perceived to be noise. You probably just thought of it as noise. But because of the way that you're moving with your energy now, you're actually seeing these as soul contracts that you're fulfilling or able to handle and navigate with much greater success, Capricorn. There's something here that you're navigating contracts better, and it's allowing you to stay connected to your higher energies and your higher sources. Sources, interesting. Maybe multidimensional, but or there's a multidimensionality to it. But the things that used to be burdensome or cumbersome for you are now just you're able to see it for exactly what it is, right? Like it could even just be 5 people that are just, it's just 5 people that have been presenting noise in your life that hasn't been helpful, that's been more competitive energy than not. And you're able to pull back and be like, wow, huh, isn't that a thing? Small awareness, right? Page energy, small awareness. You're like, that's a heck of a thing. Neat. Right? Oh, neat. And it's just that, like, oh, and then you're able to just see all of these different things. The cool part about this though is that as soon as you see things for what they are, you're able to clear the decks. I'm hearing. You're here. You're able to. What I wanted to say was to clear the plate, like just to clear the table, but I heard clear the decks. Anyways, you're able to clear things so that you can then enter into the contracts that you want to, as opposed to the ones that just call to you and you have no idea why. 2626 on the time. So you're able to understand these things better from a higher perspective. And what that's doing, Capricorn, is it's not only on the split, we have the 8 of Cups and the Temperance card. So there's a lot of energy of both spiritual path moving on. The moon was behind the Temperance card. I'll put that down here. So there's like a spiritual path thing to it. There's a spiritual path element to it. There's also some eclipse energy here with this little moon and sun card here. So it's almost like the eclipse really, like, you understand why you walked away from the contracts that you did. It really is helping. There's a balance that you're regaining over your experiences and in your life. And it's something that that always, it felt a little bit out of your reach, like a little bit out of your understanding. And now you're able to see things more clearly. But this is the beautiful part of this. The amazing part of this, Capricorn, is that you can now choose things with intention. You can choose things because you really want to. You really desire to. Not because they're just there and you're like, whoa, I feel a pull towards that, right? It's like you're able to engage with things differently. And whether this means being honest on the spiritual path and being able to have conversations with people who are, in the same energy as you, where you can say, I feel pulled by this, and I'm trying to understand why. And, I want to get to know you differently. I want to get to know you better. I want to get to know you, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're able to have conversations that speak to energy and the way it fluxes and fluctuates and moves in you, as opposed to just trying to have conversations in exclusive 3D terms, right? In exclusive 3D terms. Yeah. I'm going to pull from the chakra deck here. I'm hearing that whatever comes out needs to go on this particular row. Harmony. Coming back into balance. Yeah, it's like this is where you're getting the bigger picture and you're able to see who people are to you. And it's really bringing you a sense of peace. I can relate to that sense of overwhelm. Like when people come into your life, there's a question of like, well, what's the purpose of this? What is this here to teach me? And you don't want to rush to that conclusion right away. But I think that there's a harmonizing of these energies in your life right now, Capricorn, that is allowing you to it's a harmonization of energies that maybe at once seemed really disparate and separate for you or from you. So my mind, body, and spirit work in harmony with each other, aligned with both my will and the divine will. I have balance in my life with room for both pleasure and purpose. My giving and receiving of love and abundance are in perfect balance. I am balanced. And the high priestess there, that's moon energy, so more moon energy. This could be related to the full moon in Scorpio, where there's something that you end up releasing, or there is a release. That was really spirit. Really, really. There could be things that you are coming to know or understand or experience, maybe, where experiences around releasing at the full moon, but something was activated during the eclipse. The eclipse on the 29th. Free will. Okay, so here's the kicker. More football. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the thing here to know, Virgo, you may feel like you're at the will of the divine when all of these things happen, which is to an extent fate. There are certain things we can and cannot control. That was prominent in another person's reading. I think it might have been Virgo. Interesting. Anyway, we do have control over specific things that we do and how we engage with spirit, how we engage in 5D energies and things along those lines. So I almost get that this is like you recognizing what you can do to communicate. You know, we tend to think that these types of energies are like enlightenment and awakenings that are well outside of our control. Awakening can be, but I think that there's a way that you can connect that is part of your free will at this time that you need to be aware of, and that turns into a spiritual practice which anchors these beautiful energies into something in the present moment for you. So Capricorn, the words here. So I recognize that I always have choice and free will in any given situation. As I face my life lessons and learn from my experiences, I realize that there is never a wrong decision. I trust the decisions that I make, and I choose love, forgiveness, and expansion over fear and lack every time. I always have a choice. Exactly. There it is. So I'm going to pull from the Secret Language of Light deck here. Light beings. I get that there's like this is a bigger picture view. There's Jupiter in the background here as well. Jupiter right up top. And I think that's the moon. Yeah, Jupiter, the moon. I think that there's something that you're going to see from the big picture about this this way that you've felt like you're needing to look over your shoulder. Like it's almost like seeing the big picture and you're taking the longer view, the longer take, and that's bringing in an aspect of forgiveness and harmony for you, Capricorn. And it could just be that that's a behavior that you've had from a past life. And this Light Beings card is here to remind you that the way that you're being called to expand is to expand away from that kind of behavior. Because ultimately it hinders your expansion. And, you know, with the Three of Wands here, you do have, you know, ships coming in. Like things are working out well. Things are working out well for you. You know, this is like opportunities but it's also trusting the background actions. So it's like background actions, trusting the big picture is unfolding the way it's meant to, right? Trusting that your ships are coming in 3-3 on the time. So with this here, what this tells me is that there's like, you're seeing that bigger picture. You're seeing that bigger picture. And it's proving quite helpful for your energy as well. I'm hearing it's proving helpful for your energy because you're able to see not just the way that things went, but the possibilities that were available, and you're understanding that this is the product of free will and that you're here. It's like there's like this way that you get this divine take on something. You're like, oh, these are the lessons that we were here to learn together. And then that just suddenly, like, it's like something opens up and you're like, yeah, and you can let it go because this kind of ancient wisdom is with you, this ancient wellspring. Soul love. Yeah. It's like you're opening up to this too. This is a 3-3 card. So there's definitely something to 3-3 or 3-3-3-3 like it was on the time a second ago. Soul love. That's really profound. I think that it's not just the kind of thing that you're letting in right now, but I think you're remembering that this is the core of who you are, Capricorn. And what this is doing is allowing for energies to come to you and to move through you that speak to that soul love that you not only, again, you not only have the capacity for, you not only have the capacity for this, but you're remembering that there's something about lifetimes and connections here. You could just be remembering past lives, but this is almost like I might be speaking to a few people who are, this is like their last go here, right? For folks who are into evolutionary astrology, there's different ways that you can look at people's charts and find information about, like, you know, how many lifetimes they've spent here, how many lifetimes people have spent doing specific things. And I'm almost getting that this is you graduating. Like this lifetime is like a graduating energy. Like you're graduating something in this lifetime. And I think that there's a way, like something is like, it's like calling back to you. Like, remember that card, the calling back to you. Let me read some of that to you again. I feel like that's very strong here. Like a phone line extending from a more ancient place in the world, you can hear it crackle perhaps. Not the clearest reception, yet you can also sense the love traveling along that telephone line. Yeah, there's like some kind of, it's calling back to you. Like there's knowing without knowing and soul love. Wow, Capricorn. Soul graduation, I guess. Yeah. Something to do with that in this lifetime. May angels take you in. May angels take you in. There's a song, Hear You Me by Jimmy Eat World. And that I looked down at this card, the Temperance card. May angels lead you in. May angels. Yeah. Oh, my roommate's cat. He's singing too. He likes that song, apparently. I don't know if you can hear him. He's like, the noise is happening on the other side of that door, and I would like to be part of it. He's like, I'm a graduated soul. Anyway, I don't know if you do this, but I animate the animals that I meet with human things. Anyways, wow, Capricorn, this is a really good reading. If this resonated for you, what am I doing here? I gotta pull you a Miracles Now card. See, on that, like, your soul graduated, I was like, okay, cool, bye. Like, it's this, it really does feel like some of you, some Capricorns watching, this is like a last go for you. Not in a sad way. This is like a celebratory way, like loving all there is, light beings, like you're being watched over too. The temple, like these are big 5D themes coming through, Capricorn. So there's a way that there's something that is shifting within you that is facilitating this moving on. And it doesn't mean that we're like, it just means that in this particular place in time, we have learned a specific lesson. It's all joy from here on out, I've just heard. I dish out compliments sincerely and liberally. When I move my body, I bust through all that blocks me from my true health and vitality. I dish out compliments sincerely and liberally. So I'm getting here that there's a way that you are... These feel like very 3D things to connect you. And that's not to be like, 3D. Meh. No, it's just 3D stuff that's going to connect you to your higher knowing and your higher self, right? Compliments that are sincere, seeing the light in other people. Sometimes I have trouble making eye contact, not because it's just very intense. It's an intense sensory experience to me. It's part of being neurodivergent, I learned. But there's this thing that happens where it's like I feel like it's such an intense experience to me, energetically speaking. So part of that, what I started to do, I don't know why this is coming out, but I'll add it here at Capricorn, to sort of temper that. What I started to do was to remember people's eye color. So when I would talk to them, if I felt compelled, because a lot of people base eye contact as in like interest, and it's not it at all, right? When I'm driving and someone's sitting in the passenger seat, I love it because it's like I can chat all day. I can talk, and it's not based on eye contact as an indicative or an indicator of interest. Yeah. Also, like if I do end up making eye contact with you, it means that either there's like care or connection, but looking at people's eye color and pausing. The reason why I was thinking about that on here is like pausing when you're talking to folks long enough to give them an authentic compliment about something that you admire them doing, or ways that you see them shining and you're like, damn, that's really good. Like, this is really amazing. Don't be afraid to say those things, but give yourself that pause of a moment if you feel your emotions being ungrounded because you're giving the compliment, right? I was thinking about that relative to eye contact, because it's like it's sort of a grounding thing to look at someone's eye color and to be in that instead of the sensory expansion that I can sometimes feel, and that kind of throws me off balance. Um, when I move my body, I bust through all that blocks me from my true health and vitality. When I move my body, I bust through all blocks that, oh my gosh, I tried to read it backwards. Let's see how well that turned out. When I move my body, I bust through all that blocks me from my true health and vitality. Oh my gosh. When I pulled this initially, I thought like, let yourself dance. Let yourself dance. For me, running is very grounding. Like, it's one of my favorite ways to ground. Between that and weights, it's just excellent. It really does nothing for muscle development, but running is just fabulous. It's it's one of the ways I feel the most free. So this could just be a call to find a way of moving your body that feels like freedom to you, that makes you feel like it flows so well, right? I have asthma. I have exercise induced asthma. Running should not be free feeling inducing, but it does. It is. So thinking about something that's counterintuitive can be along those lines, very helpful as well, Capricorn. So I will now leave it here, my darling Capricorns. Um, so if this resonated, please like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel, and I'd love to have you here, and I appreciate having you here thus far. So from here, Capricorn, if this is where, if there are other ways you can connect on the channel, so do check out the other videos. But if this is where we part for now, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, whenever this finds you, and wherever on the time space continuum. But please do have a wonderful day. And I hope that it's surrounded by so much love and healing and all of the good stuff here. I feel like I'm talking to a very old soul. So I see you, and I'm glad that you're here. Thank you. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful day, Capricorn. Take care.